Hannah, I'm glad you'd like to, yeah. The whole point of the Moodle is, and hopefully the course is, you know, yeah, in 6 months we can't possibly, look at this site, you can't possibly use it all, can you? I'm trying to demonstrate stuff to you that you can use over the next 5, 10 or more years. Yeah, so having access to the Moodle is part of that, an important part of that.
How come the other course can be one level?
Okay, simply because it depends on the lecturer. When they set up the Moodle, there's a little thing in there that says allow guest login or not. And some click no to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So it depends on the philosophy of the course.
And you are the first teacher, I studied for a long time, I think, but you are the first teacher showed me how to use Moodle in this way.
You mean as a guest login?
No, as a resource to learn from.
Oh, okay. Well, all our other diploma teachers do the same. I mean, look, it partly depends on level, because when you're at diploma level, you're a much more independent learner.
I see.
So it's important that you know, start using these things independently. So at a lower level, maybe it's not appropriate. I don't know. Yeah. So look, we talked about overgeneralization. Remember, all, never, always, these sorts of things. Here are ways of avoiding that. When writing about the future, making predictions, you know, Australia will, the housing bubble will burst next year, and then it doesn't. Oh my God. As we say, you have egg on your face. But if you said it is likely that, or there is a strong possibility that the housing bubble will burst, you're much more protected, aren't you? You've taken out your insurance. It's like taking out insurance. And this is why academics write like this, because they're making claims, and if you don't hedge it, you look a bit silly. It's pretty easy to be wrong in science, and social sciences especially. So it's important that you get control of that. So that stuff, you know, being cautious, it's a really important function.
And it's kind of minimized the force state.
It does. It minimises the force,
Yeah.
that's right. And when it's softer, we're more likely to swallow it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. It's a psychological strategy as well. So look, you've got lots of things: classifying, listing, comparing and contrasting things, defining, describing trends, so graphs and changes, quantities, causality, so it's cause and effect, giving examples. This one is quite big, I think, signalling transition. I'll just go into it because it's, you know, moving from one topic to the next. Oh, it's not so long, actually, they've changed it. And writing about the past, that's interesting. I think they've changed this, it's a bit new. Okay, different tenses. And when we use different tenses in research, you know, what do you use for reporting the experiment? What do you use for the findings and the conclusions? There's usually a different tense. It is good, yeah.
Very useful.
Oh, good. Yeah. So look, you've got those categories across the top, as I say, taking you through your stages of research, and then you've got these more what they call general language functions down the side there.
So this is I'm worried about the plagiarism.
Yeah. Not a problem here, because if we said like this, these questions have been addressed by researchers in many fields. If you cut and paste that, it's not, okay, plagiarism is when you take somebody's idea, isn't it? Now, that's just a bit of grammar.
There's common collocations.
Yeah, that's right. They're common collocations. It's like we had precise instructions. You know, I gave you precise instructions. Hang on, you can't use that collocation. That's mine. You know, I've got copyright on that. I mean, you know, there's a point when plagiarism starts, isn't there? And really, what we're talking about here are just, yeah, they're just little packages of language. There won't be a problem, I can tell you. If you take any of those bits, they're kind of empty in terms of ideas. No one's going to say, oh, that's a cut and paste from some, you know, from some document.
And we can put at the end as full reference. If we want, we can put this at the end.
I wouldn't even, I mean, you don't need to. This is not a reference. You wouldn't have this in your reference list because, as I say, it's empty of information. There's no in-text reference point where you,
Yeah.
oh, I use this collocation, okay, University of Manchester 2013. You're not going to do that with all your collocations, are you? So, yeah, there's no need to...
grammar book.
Yeah. It looks like there's a new development. They've got the whole thing in a PDF there. That would be quite nice. You could print it off and have it, you know, if you don't want to have it online. A lot of people like to work hard copy.
Actually, if like that, this weekend we can use our essay and whole lot search to change it.
Yeah, you could indeed.
Isn't it? You only because of
See, it's not too late.
Yeah. Because we got information there. We
Yeah,
just
that's
need
right.
Yeah.
Not Chinese English in here.
Ah.
English there.
Yeah, it will help. It will help de-Chinglicize
That's right.
your writing.
Because
Yes.
everybody says, gee, you're talking about Chinese English in here. I
Well,
said,
look.
"Not Chinese
Yeah.
English."
Remember the story I told you about the woman who, you know, did plagiarise and then really determined not to. This website, she used this a lot. Now you can imagine if you spent 6 weeks, you know, you wrote your piece and over 6 weeks you used this website plus your activator and so on, you know, and maybe you got 50 or more, 80 collocations out of this and you put them into your essay. Imagine the kind of level, the feel it would have. Very native, like very sophisticated. And I was shocked when I read it. It was like, you know, she's got some native to write this for her. But she showed me all the drafts of this thing and what she'd done and all the stages. And you know, I mean, it's a huge amount of time, of course. But, you know, it's possible.
Okay, for this, can we delay 1 week? We won't delay 1 week.
Okay, look, keep it for, you know, any other writing we do, just a 3-day little writing exercise or anything, use it. It's like activators. I hope you've all bought activators or got them on your phone or whatever. Just all of these websites, the collocation dictionaries, just the word, etc. You're just going to have a lot of this stuff at hand. Okay. Shall we go half an hour on reference, you know, a swapping of essays and looking at references?
Any presentation today?
No, because we had Keltoum, who's unfortunately had to go back to Morocco briefly because her father-in-law's very sick, but she'll be back with us. But she's out of the country. We can always Skype her, couldn't we? I can see if she's ready. I've got Skype. We can get her up.
Everybody ready in here, don't worry.
I think it will be like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
She went back to...
She's gone back for a few weeks. I think she'll be back probably next term at the beginning. So about 3 weeks she'll be away. And Alex is very busy with his biotechnology. So he was down to present. So yeah, we haven't got presentations today, so we do have a bit of time. So let's do some...
Let's party then.
yeah.
Good idea.
Let's do an essay swap for at least half an hour, and we'll see how people are going, and then probably have a break. Alright. So, our focus is referencing. So, hopefully you got your hard copy there, ready to swap with someone. Get your Harvard referencing guides out. Swap over, have a careful look. Go through the in-text first. Check people's in-text, so they're doing the right thing there. Do you think they should have a page number or not? Look at the use of brackets. Are they using brackets around the right bits? Is author prominent, information prominent, different use of brackets? Go through your in-text, then have a look at reference list. All right, over to you.
John, try to my interest